The very first season of the golf docuseries Full Swing ends with an episode dedicated to the PGA Tour's primary spokesperson, Rory MCILROY. The viewers got a closer view of McIlroy's heartbreaking loss at the Open Championship to Cam Smith, and his victory against Scotty Scheffler at the Tour Championship. How does the golf icon react to losing and winning? What does Rory MCILROY think about LIV Golf defectors? Stay tuned and keep on watching to find out more. The episode begins with Rory MCILROY being introduced to the viewers as a child prodigy that went on to win 4 majors. We see the famous clip of him chipping golf balls into a washing machine on live TV, and him practicing his golf swing in the living room to a Nick Faldo instructional VHS. Rory MCILROY's rise to fame in the world of golf is indeed a remarkable story of talent, hard work and perseverance. Growing up in a working-class family in Holywood, Northern Ireland, McIlroy showed an early aptitude for golf, and his parents sacrificed a great deal to support his passion for the sport. McIlroy's dedication to golf paid off when he won his first amateur tournament at the age of 9, and by the time he was a teenager, he was already competing in international tournaments. He turned professional at the age of 18, and soon became one of the most promising young golfers in the world. McIlroy's first major victory came at the 2011 US Open, where he set numerous records and won by a margin of 8 strokes. He went on to win 3 more majors over the next few years, establishing himself as one of the dominant players of his generation. The viewers were reminded of how far McIlroy has come. McIlroy also revealed that while growing up, his passion for golf grew after watching Tiger Woods on TV. The golf star was very vocal about his deep admiration for Woods. "I was obsessed with golf at that point anyway, but when Tiger came onto the scene, it just took it to a new level," he says. "I just remember watching Tiger play golf, and it would have been on Sunday nights for us because of the time difference. He's still my hero. To a lot of people, he is golf. And I feel very fortunate for the relationship that we have. But ever since then, all I wanted was to try be like him," McIlroy said. However, despite being a spokesperson for the PGA Tour and being considered one of the biggest names in golf, McIlroy has not won a major in the last 8 years. The first half of the episode focuses on the tournament week of the 150th Open, when Australia's Cameron Smith outplayed McIlroy in the back 9, leading to McIlroy's disappointing loss. A press conference was also covered by Netflix, where Smith was questioned about joining LIV Golf. This question got on Smith's nerves. "I just won the British Open, and you're asking about that. I think that's pretty not that good." A clearly annoyed Cameron Smith replied, "I don't know, mate. My team around me worries about all that stuff. I'm here to win golf tournaments," he said back to the follow-up. Meanwhile, it was exciting to see McIlroy taking part in junior clinics to inspire the next generation of golfers. The Tour Championship at East Lake is always a highlight of the golfing calendar, with the winner receiving a significant prize purse. It's fantastic to see such a high level of competition and dedication among the players on the PGA Tour. We also got to find out about some of the activities happening behind the scenes with the PGA Tour, as McIlroy announced that there will be more changes for the 2023 season. McIlroy gave Netflix the permission to cover the torrid start on course, and he successfully made it into the final group on Sunday with Scotty Scheffler. The cameras capture him sitting at a table with Jon Rahm and Colin Morikawa, watching a Xander Schauffele putt on the TV screen. McIlroy tells the other pro golfers that if he misses, then he'll be in the final group. We also see the massage room, where McIlroy comes out with a hell of a quote, shouting, "You, Phil," in reference to LIV Golf defector Phil Mickelson when discussing that Josh Allen is a Phil fan. McIlroy jokes that he hopes that line makes it into the episode, and of course it does. This shows that McIlroy has a good understanding of how production works. He knows what people want to see, and he simply gave it to them. In the world of golf, McIlroy ranks as the second most important personality, and he is conscious of this. McIlroy was captured having lunch with PGA Tour executive Andy Pazder, where McIlroy explains to him how the announcement of the scheduled events has gone down with the PGA Tour players. Some players didn't realise that it would be mandatory. "I don't know if Jay has communicated this to you, but the mandatory clause, there's been a lot of blowback on that by the guys in the room," McIlroy told Pazder. From the meeting with Pazder, golf fans are exposed to some of the challenges being faced by McIlroy as a leader. It's been quite difficult getting all the players to agree on a topic. Notwithstanding, McIlroy was ready to tell his fellow tour members what was necessary for the tour to move forward. "If I'm willing to do this, so should you," McIlroy said to Cantlay. "I could say to these guys, no other athletes in the world get to choose when and where they play. We've all just gotten a little soft." The Tour Championship final round itself gets a lot of coverage. and there's some great footage to show fans just how big a comeback McIlroy's win was, especially after his bogey on the opening hole. The final round is almost like a highlights package, and gets across just how tense the last hole was, where McIlroy was one clear of Scheffler in an $18 million versus $6.5 million shootout. Once Rory taps in for victory, we see a nice embrace from Justin Thomas as he consoles Scheffler, who is then consoled by his wife Meredith. The victory of the Northern Irishman is celebrated at the clubhouse, where the PGA Tour Commissioner Jay Monahan is seen raising a toast to McIlroy. This gave us a real sense of just how much McIlroy's contribution to the PGA Tour is valued. When you talk about loyalty, when you talk about commitment, when you talk about leadership, this man exemplifies that. Let's have a toast to the 2022 FedEx Cup champion, Rory McIlroy, Monahan says. The episode ends with McIlroy choosing a nice glass of red in the clubhouse before he checks his phone, and guess what? His childhood hero and now close friend Tiger Woods has texted him. He's always the first. Always, McIlroy says. Tiger, like he'll text you before the last putt drops. Always the first. He's unreal. For the non-golf fans watching the golf series, this episode made it more obvious that Rory is going to take over from Woods. McIlroy wore Nike and Nike only as a junior golfer. He was making full swings in the living room throughout his adolescence. He hit chip shots on television talk shows in front of live audiences. Americans have Tiger Woods, the host says in archived footage after McIlroy chipped through the swinging door of a washing machine. We have Rory McIlroy, and believe me, this boy can hit a ball. Then again, we also saw how boring the life of golfers outside the court could be. Producers captured McIlroy, John Rahm and Colin Morikawa eating lunch. Their topics of discussion was shocking. All that they talked about was their rounds, their upcoming schedules, and the average age on tour. This episode is even more special because Rory did not initially sign on to be part of the season. When he eventually came in, everything had to be done on his terms only. This is the reason why the whole Rory story was told by himself. McIlroy's involvement was the best way to end the 2022 golf story. That wraps it up for Season 1. Now, if you enjoyed watching this series, you might be interested to know that the Season 2 is already in the works. Do you agree with McIlroy's view of live golf defectors? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video.